Hey, yo, yo.
Back hero.
Yo, check it. This my special attack, 100 swords, 100 episodes, and here's to 100 more. Who got next? Place your change on the cabinet. Air Combo University graduates juggle my enemies before tagging in the Masters hero. Pros in action, toe tagging champions getting active. The message will always get near you. Return to the dream team, Spider-Man and Strider hear you. When the mask is on, I can't promise Cyclops to keep his glasses on. The handshake was potent. The inner glow shown as a mega optic blast, trailing behind the Shinku Hadouken. How you gonna dodge both of them? Blast you down to the last atom. Best regards from the proton cannon you couldn't fathom. If you were raised on gaming and put a controller up, I'm old enough to study the meta before I bless you. We understood space in the dash clean. Now we need the Justin Wong poster right next to the pro athletes. Final justice like a primary lotus from out the sky. Stars and stripes reminding you racism is still alive. Bring a plasma sword to a gunfight. Hayato, bring a hurricane kick. Tatsumaki Senpaku. One time for all my otakus who played the console till their eyes closing. Probably forgot to study for their finals. Welcome to the SwordCast. SwordCast. My word played, my sword played when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast. SwordCast. My word played, my sword played when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast. SwordCast. My word played, my sword played when blades clash.
It is recorded.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on? 100th episode.
Oh, we on the air?
We on the air. 100th episode of the SwordCast. I would just like to first of all say thank you to everybody that listens to the show. I would like to say thank you to the wonderful guests that we have here. You guys already know who I am. You know who Hero is. Let's start at the top right. My man, All Lives Undertaker on the screen.
Hey, y'all.
Introduce yourself, man.
Hey, y'all, what's going on? This is All Lives Taker, man. I just done with the WWE, and now I can be myself, man. Simple. Well, I don't know. Nah, it's handsome, bang, compelling protagonist, violent power claim, toxic boxer, problematic problem solver. Happy to be here once again.
Yes, sir. Alex, go ahead and introduce yourself, bro.
How's everyone doing? My name's Alex from the UK, Brumtown to be exact, and it's good to see everybody on the show.
I'm glad to finally get some London folks into the Zoom family.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it.
Go ahead there, Josh.
Salutations, I'm Josh. I don't know if you can tell from listening, but I'm pretty white. No, but it's an honor to be here. Love you guys, and it's great being part of this community.
Hey, much appreciated.
Diversity.
Go ahead, Joe.
Oh, I'm just the average Joe. I'm just Joe. That's really it.
Hey,
That's
man, shout out to Joe. If you guys follow us on Instagram, Joe is he's the guy who does the art graphics for like our top 5 of the day and stuff like that. So shout out to
me.
Joe.
Nobody knows this yet except for me and Joe. Novelist doesn't even know this yet. But he actually made us a like Twitch overlay.
That's awesome.
We're not gonna see it for episode 100 because obviously it wouldn't work for this format. But the next for episode 101, we're gonna start using it. It looks sweet as hell.
Oh, appreciate it, Joe. Thank you, man.
Of course, anytime.
Admin.
Hey everybody, I'm Ed. Art of Rufus, Instagram. I paint sometimes, just not that much this year. And
Incredible artist, incredible painter.
Oh, thank you.
Bye.
I'm glad to be back.
Aaron.
Yes, sir. Aaron.
We can't hear you, Aaron.
I wasn't sure if it was me. Hello,
yes.
I'm Aaron. Aaron, whatever. The best thing about the Key and Peele sketch is that everyone spells my name right now.
Very good point.
Low.
Hey everybody, I'm Rain. Akemi Rain on Instagram. Cosplayer, gamer, pop culture enthusiast.
Tekken expert also.
God, don't say expert, please.
Don't bury the lead.
And then look at Sly's face. Thank you.
I just hold on. Let me just give you some context. So Lowe's fiance? Yes? No? Boyfriend?
He's boyfriend.
Partner. My bad. I didn't mean partner.
You dug
my bad. Deep. I don't know. Whatever. Neither here nor there. Is like a pro Tekken player. Like he like be at tournaments, and like she's beaten him before. Maybe not regularly, but like can hang with him. So like, what chance do you have, Sly?
Y'all should see his face. It's so.
Nigga, if I ain't have to drive, bro.
You don't think he can hang with you? Don't think you can hang with him?
What happened?
Lo, he doesn't think you can hang with him?
It's like this weird echo. I can't tell what you're saying.
I know. I was saying, damn it. Hold on. I'm about to mention Noveliss. I was saying, Carlos doesn't think that you can hang with him.
No, he doesn't think. Of course, he doesn't think I can hang with him. I mean, he's played competitively longer than me, so it's fine. But he can't say that I haven't beat him because I.
Enough said.
Checkmate.
All right, Sly.
He's so angry driving.
Hey, what's going on out there, man? Number one pick. When you address me, please. Sensei in the basketball world. I'm a head sensei at Dojo Hoops, basketball teacher, life lover, casual gamer, because I don't got time to be good at video games. I'll still watch you. I'm just proud to be here, man. Was blessed to be on the 50th episode. Blessed to make another appearance. I'm just here because this community has become my family. So much love to y'all and thank y'all, because I wouldn't be here without y'all, for real.
That's what's up, man. And just for everybody that's listening and watching, man, the 100th episode. What we have here is we always talk about our Discord community on the air, man. And this is just, we did a draft and we drafted our people that we wanted to be on the show, man. So this is some top tier Discord members right here. Yes, Sly was the first pick. And
yeah, that's right.
So was Greg Oden.
No, bro, don't do that because they recording now. Don't see. I knew he wasn't gonna let that go.
That's what we have here, man. So yeah, let's kick off the 100th episode, man. I just want to know how, similar to the way we start off every episode, man. Like, what is everybody into currently? We'll start with you.
Currently, man, Steven Universe music and crying, dog. That's just fire. No, I mean, yeah and no. But Southside, y'all seen Southside on HBO Max? Comedy, the sitcom about Chicago. It's pretty cool. But then it made me go back to Detroiters, the show about Detroit and the ad agency, and it's just utterly hilarious. It shows exactly how weird Detroit really is. I don't think that much is made mention of how strange the city can be. And Kevin Nash shows up in it and does a hell of a job, and he's really funny and charming. So go check out Detroiters. Kevin Nash.
Wow.
Black Lives Matter, Kevin Nash. Yeah.
Hey, man, does he?
Yeah.
God. Are there any jackknife power bombs?
It's not, but you know that it could pop off. He actually plays a guy who comes back from an insane asylum, whatever that's what they call it. But he's like comes back from an asylum, and he's like I said, he's just like mad. He's a what's the word I'm looking for?
Crazy
sociopath. He's a sociopath.
Wow.
And but he's not like bad. It's you'll see. You'll see.
I would be kind of disappointed if there wasn't a power bomb, especially considering the background you just explained.
He didn't power bomb nobody in Magic Mike, I don't think.
On screen.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Yo,
And he got
Alex.
legit stabbed on the set of Punisher. He got shoot stabbed, man. That first fight, like when Thomas Jane comes, that was a real legit stab, and he was just like, "Yep, I'm bleeding," and he didn't sell it. A king didn't sell it.
Respect.
Alex, what are you into currently?
For me at the minute, I'm into a lot of comics. I've been reading a lot of X-Men. I just got through the House of X, Power of X, House of X run, which is really, really cool. So been like learning about Krakoa and how it came into being and stuff. And as a psychologist, I'm really into like all the dynamics of how they go about creating like the rules and the politics of the world and stuff. So
wait a minute. When did you? Why do we not know this? Just casually dropped. He's a psychologist.
Right.
Would you be willing to tell us more about your psychologist background?
Yeah, you could. What do you want to know?
I don't. I mean,
I don't know how to access that. I just want you to unwrap it.
Yeah, just. I mean, so you're like a licensed psychologist, like you. Yeah. And you have your own practice and all of that.
I work for a company I have worked for a company and then I have my own practice as well. Yeah.
Fire.
So.
Yeah, how much for a free consultation, bro? What's you do free consultation?
How much for a free consultation?
For you, I'll give you a free consultation at about $100. Free.
How long you about to listen?
For $100, probably about half an hour.
I better say less. I need somebody to listen.
That's dope, though, Alex. I didn't know. I personally thought you were in AV, like audio video.
Yeah, no. So like part of like for work, I have to do like some like educational videos and stuff on like different like elements of psychology. So yeah, like once a month I have to go to London to film, but mainly work as a psychologist. Yeah.
That's fire. There we go. So now we know who to address our mental health questions to. Shout out to Samson in our Discord.
100%.
Yo, Josh, what are you into currently, man?
Well, I finally lucked out and got sent a PlayStation Direct invitation to wait in a line to buy a PS5. So I'm working through Deathloop, and it's amazing. And I think I'm near the end, and that makes me sad.
Yeah, I've not played it, but I've seen you guys talk about it. Edmund, I don't know if you played it, but I know that I've seen Hero talking about it as well. How was that game?
It's fire.
Deathloop. I have to check it out. Gearless Joe, what are you into, my friend?
Lately I've been into, or at least getting back into building Gunpla. I haven't done it in a while, but that's actually a wild, crazy, but also fun. That and like I got into Formula One racing. I don't know how, but yeah, between those two, that's literally what's been on my TV lately.
That's fire, man. I remember when I first discovered Gunpla. Like, just to be clear, Gunpla is like when you paint and build the Gundams, right?
Yeah, the actual model. Yeah.
Right. So when I was younger, I thought that like I asked my dad for one. He got me one because they look sweet as hell, like in the box. And then I didn't know that you were supposed to build it, and I was like, oh wait a minute, this ain't exactly what I had in mind. So I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna.
It will have you stressed. It will have you stressed looking at tiny plastic pieces. Like, yeah, what am I doing again? Yeah,
you gotta paint them yourself, and you gotta glue them. Like, what the fuck? So basically, y'all want me to build? I have to pay to build a Gundam, is what you're telling me.
So the older ones do now. Nowadays, you really just like kind of connect them, put them all the pieces, the runners together. You put it together, put the armor on, and you're good. Now they are
kind of like
older
snap
ones
together, right?
Yeah.
See, no, the other one, the one that my dad bought me, you had to literally paint it and glue it together yourself. It's like, this isn't a toy, bro. This is like a science project. I'm not feeling it.
It was to test your dedication.
I didn't have no
dedication. They have the really intricate ones where like you have to build the frame, then like the metal frame, and then put everything on top. Yeah, it's wild. It's wild.
Word up.
And God forbid you lose a piece, Jesus.
All right, Edmund.
And you got to call the company and be like, I'm missing one piece. And they say that will be $6 to $7 plus shipping.
And by the way, it'll be here in 3 weeks.
If you're lucky. That does make me feel like I need to. That does make me feel like I need to step my Lego game up now. Here in that talk. I haven't really been getting into much lately because of work, and I get exhausted. And don't watch as much stuff as I wish I could. I did recently binge this new show. Well, it's been out for a year, but season 2 just came out on Friday. Called How to Ruin Christmas. First season is about ruining Christmas during a wedding. Second season is about ruining Christmas for a funeral. South African show. Beautiful black cast though. Those ladies. Whew. But yeah, no, it's gorgeous vistas in South Africa. Just I fell in love with it. It's quirky comedy about basically the fuck up of a family who keeps messing everything up. And how she fixes it over the course of this holiday for everything. And yeah, that's mostly it. Been playing Guardians of the Galaxy. I did start Deathloop, but I needed something a little bit more entertaining and not as taxing as, oh shit, I died and I have to start the whole day over and I don't know how I'm going to do everything I did again. So
wait a minute. That's only if you die 3 times.
Well, look, I to be fair, I didn't get far past the first early stages tutorial before I was like, you know what? Let me try Guardians and see how I feel on that.
This dude doesn't even have residuum yet, man.
I don't even know what that is, but thank you. And yeah, that's mostly it. Just finished Arcane today as well. That was pretty good. And yeah, Godspeed.
Currently, my friend.
Aaron.
So I do not have a PS5. My console is the Xbox 360 I got like 10 years ago from a friend who was moving out of town. But I've been replaying L.A. Noire, which is really funny to play through now because just I don't have like the remaster or anything. It's the original game, so it still has the weirdest truth, lie, doubt thing that makes all of your responses not make any sense. And you got to stare at all the people doing bizarre facial expressions when they lie to you and like trying to make it subtle. And you have to think about like 2011 graphics because it doesn't look super great anymore, but it's fun and just as frustrating as ever to try and find clues and just as weird as ever to pick up a 45 on a desk and be like, this isn't related to the case. It's a murder. Was that not right? And then I walk my dog like 19,000 times a day and get dragged around the neighborhood. But now I know all my neighbors.
Shout out to your dog, Kaju, right?
Kaju, named after the street that I found her running on in my neighborhood.
Heartwarming story.
Low?
Yeah, adorable. They can.
Well, I kind of had this weird overflow of things to catch up on because I'm pregnant, guys. So I was put on. Thanks, guys.
Congratulations! Congratulations!
You're building toenails and shit. But I was put on bed rest, so I was like, I have all this time. What do I do? So I rewatched Young Justice from the beginning up to current, and I'm really, really impressed with where they went with that. I started watching Abbott Elementary that premiered this week. I've also been getting back into Monster Hunter because that's it's a longer game, wide world, and I'm also thinking about doing a Monster Hunter build after I drop the baby, so I'm kind of doing research. And I'm moving, so there's that. So, as far as anime, the most recent anime I've seen was 86. I wanted to wait to resume Demon Slayer until after the move, so I haven't started back up on that yet. But that's what I've been doing so far.
Boom. All right, Sly.
All right, number 1 draft pick.
I appreciate that. For me, man, I've been into self mastery. To be honest with y'all, shout out to the Book of Changes. Um, I've really been in this place where I've been trying to develop a philosophy for my basketball organization. Um, and one of the key things I was listening to yesterday was listening to this Buddhist. Yesterday, today. Excuse me. He was just talking about having direction. Like you can't hit a target you can't see, and you have to really master your thoughts. You legit become what you think about. So I've been doing a lot of trying to be more active and do a lot of exploration, and that led to me actually replaying this game I haven't played since 2014, Assassin's Creed Black Flag. I think my favorite part of that game is that you get to be on a pirate ship. And you can just travel anywhere. And it's just been dope, man. It's really put me in the space where I'm seeking things and I'm seeking exploration, but I'm not getting caught in the island, if you will, and not getting stagnant in any of my movements. So I've just been trying to see what finds me, but also be more intentional about my days because I've just been valuing my time lately. You know what I'm saying? Even just the fact that I have time to do this. So it's just self-mastery and mastering my thoughts and being more intentional about my days. So that's about it for me.
Very insightful.
Love it, man. Hey, Harold, what have you been into, my friend?
Moving still, man. I'm an adult, so moved into a new spot, and hold on one second. Hey, Aaron, I saw that you texted me. Just if you want to run right quick.
Cool. I'll be back in a moment.
Yeah, no problem.
I'll catch up.
Yep. That's my bad. I was distracted. So yeah, I've been moving, bro. So I've talked about this before, but I have moved back into the home that I've inherited from my parents, the house that I grew up in. It's a beautiful home in a beautiful neighborhood. Sometimes it feels like it's a gift that I don't really deserve because it's like, this is where all the established hoity-toity Black people in Detroit live, which is cool because, you know, like my parents worked hard to get there, but that doesn't really feel like where I'm at this moment. So it's a gift, and it's going to be a big responsibility to keep it together. But I owe that to my folks to honor the gift that they gave me. So I'm working super hard to keep it up. I spent infinity $billion to get it to a place where it is livable. Invested a lot of money into the basement where my studio is, where both of us are currently at. And it looks fantastic as I posted some videos here and there. Edmund, I don't know if you're coming to town or not, but if you are, obviously you're going to come check it out. Eric, I'm sure you'll be in town as well. Josh and Lo, y'all need to take a trip down here. I know you said totally. Not in. That's fair. It's cold as hell down here or up here, but so yeah, that's what I've been doing, bro. I've been being an adult. I moved a piano. Anybody ever moved a piano before?
No,
that's really
experience.
I didn't move it myself, but like arranging for a piano to be moved is just such a fucking nightmare, bro. It's like there's like a dedicated like line of business specifically for moving pianos, and I didn't even know that until this experience.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been into. Adults.
So you're saying Omega Level Dave is a guardian angel?
Yo, so peep game. So this has actually been kind of interesting, bro. Like Omega Level Dave has been super not a problem since I moved. He was never an asshole, but he was only like annoying and like overbearing when I wasn't here. So I wonder if this whole thing was him just like trying to hypnotize me to like be his neighbor again, which I appreciate. Like that's cool. But like now I like barely see him, dog. Like I barely see him. But bro, when I was like prepping to move over here, every time I stepped out of my car, Omar, what you doing? Hey Omar, you need some help over there? Come here, let's trim these hedges. Like, bro, go somewhere.
Now he see you work and he doing the thumbs up, the Batman thumbs up meme from the shadows. Just like Omar. You know what I'm saying? Like he just whispers it to himself and nods his head and shit.
Yeah. So that's what I've been doing, bro. What about you?
Man, first of all, just you deserve the house, man.
Say it.
So don't
Facts, bro.
don't feel like that. But yeah, man, I'm here. I love it. It's beautiful. I told you before, man. I had a friend that lived in this neighborhood when I was a kid. We used to call it the Home Alone house because there was like a statue it was like a small statue. Remember in the Home Alone when the guy pulls up and he hits the statue all the time and knocks it over? They had like a similar thing like that in front of their house. Yeah, man, I've been super heavy in the Demon Slayer, man. I finished the manga. It's good. I think the ending is a little. I'm not gonna spoil it or anything. I think the ending is a little underwhelming for people that like the fight is really dope. I think people were just kind of expecting it. But I finished it, and also the season 2 of the anime started finally with the entertainment district and everything. So I've just been kind of real into Demon Slayer, man, and I got back to training. I had that rib injury where I couldn't train for a while, so super back into jiu-jitsu, man, and just doing stuff for Book of Changes, man. Shooting some more videos. I got a video for Escaping coming out soon. Just put out a video for Spirit Bomb. So Book of Changes.
When's the next album coming out?
Asshole.
If you guys listen to the pod, you know that is the most heartbreaking thing a man can possibly ask after you put out an album.
Yeah, more.
Facts.
But that's it, man. That's kind of what I've been into, man. So yeah, man. Again, episode 100, man. Thank y'all for being on. We appreciate y'all. I just want to real quick, man. We've done so many top 5s on here. If there's one that just kind of sticks out, that was one of your favorites, I would like to just go around and you guys just tell us like what was the top 5 that you really enjoyed that kind of resonated with you a lot. We'll start with let's start from the bottom and go up. Let's start with Gearless Joe.
Oh man. See, it's different for me because I just have fun creating the graphic for it. So it's just like all of them are hilarious. I like the one, it didn't air, but the one that you guys did at the end of last year, pretty much saying like your goals and stuff for the next year. I think that one was the most memorable to me. Just to hear you guys talk about what you guys had planned and the growth and everything else. So I think that was most memorable for me.
Wait, why didn't I air? And also why didn't that air? And also why don't I know why it didn't air?
I have no idea. I sent you the graphic. I don't know.
Okay. Well, thank you for your hard work.
Moving up from.
Sorry, you're muted, bro. I didn't do it this time.
I muted myself. Whoops. Aaron's gone, right? Slide, man. What's the top 5 that has been one of your favorites, man, that stuck out to you?
Top 5. I feel like I gotta go way back on this. I think it might have been top 5 pilot episodes.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, man. I think what people realize don't realize about anime is sometimes like that first episode sets the tone, and sometimes a lot of people don't get past the first episode, man. But prime example, like Samurai. Yeah, you feel me? Like Samurai Champloo. Sometimes like especially those one season animes that we love.
Yeah, for sure.
Those be those animes that just like those pilots really draw you in, man. You just ask for more. So that was one of my favorites, man. The animes that make the best first impressions.
Yeah, and sticking with that, like I don't like the people that are of the mindset of like, oh, you got to give it to. It gets really good around episode 342. It should take one episode, man. Like you should be able to watch the pilot, and it's what pilots are designed for. They're designed to pull you.
So then let me ask you this then real quick. How do you feel about, because I think Attack on Titan is great. I think Attack on Titan is one of those animes where you have to give it time because I think it's great. But a lot of people get lulled to sleep in the first season, to be honest with you. And I feel like they miss out on
the
what
first episode.
What an outrageous take.
Yo, some people really don't. Yo, bro, I've tried to put people onto Attack on Titan. They really don't rock with the first episode or the first few episodes. They just don't. Yeah, I know. I
think
talking
Attack
to
on
them.
Titan's got one of the best pilots.
I think it was in my top 5.
Yeah.
Are you recommending it to
Dos
anime
Equis,
fans?
nigga? Like,
or
Yeah, my nigga, adults, bro. But I stopped talking to these niggas. We don't got nothing to talk about after that.
that's what I'm saying. He must have shown it to the Dos Equis, nigga, because no way, like, you ain't that interesting, my nigga. Like, what you want? Dog? Like,
right, bro.
say, all right, bro.
Shit, crazy, bro. But yeah, that's my top 5. What about who's next?
Alex, what do you got?
I might have the name of it wrong, but I think you guys did a top 5 about like villains who's like Vision that you agree with, or like they had the. I think that's my favorite one. I think because literally that can make or break a film or a show. I think when the villain is evil for no reason. So I think,
you know, on that point, and now since I know that you're a psychologist, I want your take on this. Somebody, I think it was either maybe Edmund shared this. You share so many things. I'm just going to default. It was probably you. An article where like someone said that like humanizing villains like ruins the character sometimes because like in order for to like so like you have somebody like Killmonger, for example, whose ideology was like we should use our resources to help like underrepresented communities. But in order to keep the audience from like completely switching sides, you have to introduce some like super heinous thing where like, oh, I actually, here's this violence against these Black women, and here's like me endorsing genocide. Like it has to be some extreme out of character thing that happens in order to solidify their role as a villain. You know what I'm saying? What do you think?
I would disagree with that. I think like ultimately, the closer a villain is to like, yeah, they have a good reason to do what they do. I think it sparks debate after the film. You can talk to people or whatever about it. And also it has better replay value because you can kind of see it through like the character's eyes twice, you know, once through the hero's eyes, once through the villain's eyes. So I think the closer they are to someone that you could almost root for, but don't quite, that makes the best content, in my opinion.
All right. Hey, look, I ain't gonna second guess you, Professor. You're man.
So then, hold on. What do you think about Thanos' character then?
Diagnose him.
I think the only thing that is probably he's better. I think I don't know if you'll agree, but I think he's better in the MCU than he is like in the comics and in the cartoons.
Wow.
I agree.
Wow.
I disagree like a bug.
I knew that was a hot take. I knew they was going to disagree.
I big disagree.
Me too.
Comic book Thanos he's a cartoon character, dog.
But that's cool. It's a cartoon.
But that's what I'm saying. Not in the MCU though. Like I think there's a lot of stuff that works in comics that does not work.
I know, and I get that's why they changed it. I do.
Yeah, like it doesn't work, and I mean that they don't have a license to Lady Death and all that.
Sure,
whatever.
But I just think that their rationale was just so loose. It's just too out of like why not just double resources? It's just too easy of a thing that you can't ignore, right? Like it's just too easy of a solution.
Because have you ever heard of corporations?
All right, fair enough.
Because corporations will still be like corporations will still say. They will have all the gasoline and be like, we can't. Right. We have to double the price of fossil fuel, bro. Yes. So you have to indiscriminately. I'm sorry. It's like a really.
But you have everything. Well,
yeah. Right. They have it all. So they still are the ones that are going to have access to the thing. Like even if you double the size of the planet, they're still going to be like, well, shit, we can. That's all the more for us to monopolize. And I feel like. I mean, Thanos didn't say it, but in so many ways he said it. And also the fact that he didn't like relish in that, like it was like the job is done. He went home, he sat down, he made the sacrifice to do what he did. And then the next movie, this nigga was making soup. he was destroying the tool which he used because he was like, y'all niggas can't handle that either. So I'm gonna go ahead and destroy that, wreck my arm, make some soup, and make these weird turnip things, nigga. Like, really, he retired, bro. Like, so he wasn't greedy.
Oh man,
they killed half the universe and retired his jersey. That's crazy.
That's it.
That's crazy.
What else you gonna do?
Right. What else you want to do? It's so funny.
I'm still trying to find what Bane did wrong, because like he was punishing crooked politicians and greedy niggas, like, you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
but he wasn't doing it the way that they want him to do it.
I mean,
indiscriminate murder is hard for me to justify.
I feel like it was very discriminate though.
Oh man.
I feel like it was very discriminate though. Like he was very targeted in everything that he did.
But in the event that not everybody was able to make it out the city, wasn't he still blowing it up?
Yeah.
To an extent. I think that was like
he was only going to blow up a little bit. He was only going to blow up.
Well, no, I think it was like, well,
that was a huge bomb.
I haven't watched it in a very long time. But
that was a big bomb.
For what he was,
that was a big explosion.
It was a confirmed nuclear warhead. Niggas wasn't making it out of there.
Remember, I said I couldn't remember what he did. Remember, I said I couldn't remember what it was. Bro. But yeah,
that shit was a Call of Duty kill streak, bro. Fuck, 24 kills in a row, bro. Drop the bomb on these niggas. Right, call it in.
You want to make an omelet, dog?
Blow up the whole farm?
I mean, it's Gotham, dog. It's a fucking cesspool anyway. Gotham is a fucking cesspool.
Eric is really defending you.
No, I'm not.
The bombing of Gotham.
Gotham sucks, bro.
No, Gotham
sucks.
I agree.
Yeah.
No,
man.
And Bloodhaven is almost worse, but
yo, well, hold on, real quick before we move off of this. Is Bloodhaven the Flint to Gotham's Detroit?
100%. 100%. They don't even try in Bloodhaven, dog. It's like, damn.
Hilarious. Josh, what's the top 5 that we did that stuck out to you that you really enjoyed?
Well, I always enjoy the ones that give me a new view on things that I didn't really have. So like when you guys did the Nintendo 64 like top 5 games, I enjoyed that a lot because I didn't have my own money at the time. I didn't even have my own 64. My dad had it after my parents split up, and he had like 5 games, and most of them sucked. Like I had Iggy's Wrecking Balls. I don't even know if you guys know that game. That was a game he had. It was terrible. It was a terrible racing game. But I just always enjoy listening to those kinds of ones, especially the 64 one, where you list all these awesome sounding games that I didn't get to play as a kid. And I know if I went and played them for the first time now, I'd be like, what is this? I can't control the camera? What are you talking about?
That's great. So Aaron, welcome back. We are doing, as before we move on, we were just doing memorable top 5s from the pod. Is there a top 5?
He just blows smoke.
Always, yeah. So here's the problem with my life is you asked me, you were like, the top 5 is going to be top 5 SwordCast moments. And I was like, I have never listened to an episode of this podcast in my life. All of a sudden I've sat there and I stood there in my kitchen working and I've listened to it and I enjoy every minute. And then you're like, pick 5 moments. I'm like, I'm going to break up the whole forecast for the SwordCast gimmick into 3 pieces instead of just one, because that way I can fill out a top 5 more easily. But honestly, my favorite ones are always where you two get into something like really sweaty, and all of a sudden your top 5 becomes a top 10 of like considerations about storylines and characters in an anime, or about like, let's talk about wrestling in like a long view sense of who's had the best program build, from like, is Cody Rhodes really that good because he was such a like little piece of junk back in WWE? And any time when the two of you suddenly like are forgetting that you're recording a podcast and you're just having that full on conversation between you two about some nerd shit, those are the ones that always are like, I'm having to pause and go back because I'm cracking up too much about your like, oh no, wait, I have to change my honorable mentions now.
Yeah, all the
Wait,
time.
I'm rewriting my list because you did your list and now I disagree with myself.
Awesome. Edmund, what about you, man?
I mean, even kind of piggybacking off of, because I share the same drama Aaron was going through, because I even text Josh, like, who the fuck what's my top 5 for the day? Like, who do I even like?
He asked me who his characters were that he liked.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't even know. So I'm in the kitchen cooking as well, like having a panic attack, like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? And then looking back and remembering some of the past top 5s, I love the fact that Omari could constantly not be able to count. I'm struggling between the top 5 Cartoon Network characters, just because some of those, like even Omari's list is probably one of the closest ones that reflects my list that I would have had, except that I still haven't checked out Craig of the Creek. I know, because I know Nav would be yelling at me if he wasn't muted right now to go check it out. See, yeah, there we go. But I'm gonna just be a little self-indulgent and be like, my favorite top 5 was favorite Avatar: The Last Airbender characters, because I contributed to that one. But also those are some great lists, and it's a great show. And everybody who hasn't watched it, or finally did watch it, thank you, Carlos. Should definitely check it out. Finally, cheers.
Love it. Lo, did you give yours top 5 episode? A top 5 that you like?
Yeah. My choice was the same that Alex had. I love the villains anyway because I love villains. I feel like without the villains, what the fuck is the hero there for?
Can't argue with that.
Like, story. That was my favorite top 5. And Ed, Carlos did not hear you say that about but I am proud to say that he does have an Aqua shirt now. So.
Whoa. Good job, Carlos.
What about you, Eric? AKA All Lives Undertaker.
I'm never gonna change that. I'm gonna go because I don't want to know the version of me that never played Street Fighter 2. Top 5 fighting games was one of my favorites.
I love fighting games so much.
Man. I love fighting games so much, dog.
Me too, man. And like, it's just, oh man, don't get me started. Love fighting games,
dog. And it's like it's and it's the different like ways that you can do a fighting game. It's like how many different. This is a billion of them. It's literally a billion of them. I love them all. The bad ones, the great ones, like
even like terrible fighting games from the 90s are still good.
Oh yeah, World Heroes? What? Like garbage. I own them both on SNES. Garbage. You know what I'm saying? But it's just something about being able to. I remember in college, I was at my boy John's house and we're sitting there playing, and this guy named Porter comes over, just perfect stranger, pretty much. He comes over with one of John's friends. And he sits down. He's like, "Oh, y'all niggas playing? We're playing
Shaq Fu. Y'all was playing Shaq Fu. Y'all was playing Shaq Fu. Got it.
Nobody can play Shaq Fu. It's just unplayable. It's a broken game. We're playing CVS 2, and so he comes in, he picks up, and he's playing, and he does a move with Joe Higashi I never seen. And he was like, "Yeah, what else? What other games you play?" And he just looks straight ahead at the TV. He says, anything where niggas throw blows, dog. And I was like, damn. I love Porter, dog. I helped that nigga scrap. It's just like, he didn't blink. And he was like, bruh, man, dog. He's like, anything
Yo, I love
throw blows. So I was like, I love this nigga, dog.
I love that.
Amazing.
That might be the best fighting game build ever.
I agree.
What's your favorite Undertaker? If you don't mind me asking, what's your favorite fighting game?
Oh, MVC2. I've been playing with my daughter. I have it on Dreamcast, and I've been playing with my 10-year-old, just letting her put her handicap all the way up, and just like, because I've completely lost my hands in it though. I am not good in it anymore.
Hold on, has your daughter developed the tech yet?
She's getting there. She's getting there.
Unacceptable.
It is.
Have her report to my office immediately, and we will commit training.
Sure.
Hey, so with that said, right, like the love for fighting games, just as a quick chime in. If y'all you guys gotta watch Craig of the Creek, man. There's an episode where there's a game called Power Punchers, and it's like an episode where his dad is like really good at, and it's clearly a nod to Marvel vs. Capcom to the game. His dad is like really good at it, and Craig he can't beat his dad, so he starts to train with one of the nerd kids, an older nerd high school kid from the creek, and he starts coming to his house and teaching him how to play it. And then he ends up watching his dad, and then his sister starts learning from his older brother. It's a good episode, man. Fighting games. But for me, one of my favorite top fives was done is Edmund, the Avatar episode, man, where we had Edmund on to talk about it. And mine would be since he did characters, I'll say mine was the Avatar Last Airbender episodes. It's my favorite show ever. And I don't know a lot of people that have seen it like that and that are really into it. So it was really dope to talk about that show with people that like it and enjoy it the same way I do.
Mine was actually one of the earliest ones that we did. This is probably one of our most creative top fives, and it was top 5 fictional. What did we do? We did top 5 characters that you would put on a basketball team.
Yeah.
That one was fantastic because I don't care what nobody say. My backcourt of Miles Morales and Dick Grayson, bro, they going for 45 apiece every night, bro.
Easy.
All freaky backdoor cut layups.
You know what I'm saying? Dick Grayson.
Dick Grayson's basketball IQ is so like the basketball hipsters are just wetting themselves. You know,
right. And I had Hawkeye as my sniper.
Oh, Hawkeye's shooting the blood.
Bro, Hawkeye would have been the greatest athlete of all time. I'm telling you, bro.
Circus level athlete.
Listen, we said this on the pod one time. The single greatest like feat that just was like said offhand was when Hawkeye admitted to shooting like 18 straight hole-in-ones, bro. Like, and he just yada past it. Like, bro, like you are the greatest golfer who has ever lived. But with
got 18, scored 18.
Yeah.
That means that you shot 18 straight hole-in-ones. Like, I think that joke went over people's heads. Like, no, like this is a unbelievable like statistic that you're displaying right now. Anyways. All right, what else we got?
Turn themselves inside out.
Yeah, man. So that was dope, man. Just to go back and kind of remember some top 5s that we've done. But kind of staying in that same lane. Like when we started the show, it was we kind of like thought that we had to follow a script, right? And then it was kind of formulaic, and then it turned into us just literally like talking to each other about certain stuff. So we start off doing things, and then there are things that we kind of subconsciously stop doing and that we're not really aware of. So like, what are some things that we were doing and that we just kind of got away from that you guys would like to just bring back to the show? So now we'll start with you, Eric. All Lives Matter, Undertaker.
Yeah, man. You don't ask what's the forecast for the SwordCast anymore. Bro. I wanna get some Vegas action on whether or not you'll fumble it. You know what I mean? Like, don't do that anymore. Come on, man. We'll be taking bets on that.
Noted.
Lo, what you got?
I need Liam Neeson to come back.
No.
That's easy.
My nigga Liam Neeson.
No.
Dog, but he was so right in that interview, bro. No. He was so right in that interview.
No.
That's gone too far.
That's on y'all.
He is right though. Like, no,
He's right. He's right.
don't pay me less, pay them more.
That nigga stay trying to pass the buck, dog. Like,
No.
you ain't go. Nah, no.
You pay them more. You make less money, not me.
Right.
You being the producers and the
Ain't
folks.
nobody coming to see you, Otis.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they come to see us do the damn thing on the screen, nigga.
Who else?
course,
Who
pay
else
them
has got a thing that they want to see resurrected in the future of the SwordCast?
Honestly, bro, to this day, like the one thing I always talk about is y'all outtakes, man. Like the shit y'all used to do on Spotify. Cause like, yo, bro, let me tell you. So I'm in the car with someone. They was like making it was making racist jokes or whatever, right? We black people. I wasn't in the car for white people, so it was funny. But so I was bringing up how nigga here was like, we don't play no nigger ball on my team, bro. And I remember this nigga Noveliss followed up with, you go to fucking Land Falcons, you want to play nigger ball, bro. I was crying, bro. Like that shit to this day is the funniest shit of all time to me, bro. Yeah, outtakes was the best, bro. And it was just I really hope y'all get back to doing that, bro. That
So
shit was just
here's the thing. The reason why those went away, I'm gonna take y'all behind the scenes a little bit. Because when we changed the format to do video, usually the outtakes took place before we started recording. And that was actually shout out to Eric. That was actually Eric's idea. He suggested that we do that we just like have it rolling as we get ready to do the show. And so what I would do is at the end, after we record, I would take the stuff from the beginning, some of the stuff that was funny, and then put it at the end. But since we do it live now, we like literally prep. Like I do all of the recording from OBS. It's a little harder to do that. If this thing ever gets to the point where we can hire like an editor, because I'm doing all this shit on my own. So if we can get like an editor, somebody that could do that for us, I would love to bring it back. But until then, we'll have to be creative with how we might try to figure that out.
nah, bro. That shit is gold, though, bro. Like I really miss that. Like I love the video too. I mean, you gotta take the good with the bad, obviously. Like, but because I think you're saying there was some like some copyright shit too, right? Because I used to use sounds and all this other shit, right?
Yeah, we used to put a lot of music in. I used to spend so long editing. It was like probably not healthy. I'm glad that I don't spend nearly as much time on it now. But we can't do some of that stuff now because now that we put it on YouTube, some of the clips and sounds that we put in the background would get flagged. So, but that's why we got the soundboard. The soundboard ain't going nowhere. That's a staple. So,
yeah, I got it with those, man.
Anybody else?
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Since you're over 100 now, you got to get back to sports numbers, obviously. I'm just here to live up to the fact that I posted the Darko picture in the Discord.
Jesus Christ.
Somebody was like, "Who was that?" And then
Here to disappoint.
That's some guy. We don't talk about.
Josh.
Yeah, I just really miss the competitive games you guys would play against each other.
Okay, no, those can definitely come back.
Yeah, like we can.
Those can definitely come back. I'll look forward.
Yeah,
to
like
those.
I remember one where we had the Avengers versus X-Men debate.
Oh,
and I remember like I wanted to take X-Men, but then I was like, I can't. I gotta have because that's his wheelhouse, so I had to give him A. But the whole time I was like, I'm gonna lose. You know what I'm saying? But it was fun.
It was fun.
Nigga, Hero was like, Shem you too. Sonic Heroes 1. Sonic Heroes
Oh yeah,
2.
we used to do oh yeah, man, yeah, we got to get back.
No, those can come back.
Shout out to fucking Mustafar, bro.
We used to.
Oh my God.
Star Wars planets. We used to do the speed run.
Bro, I could not think of Mustafar to save my life.
God.
Fuck! That shit's still making me mad to this day.
Whole time I'm just sitting in the car yelling at you. It's like,
Mustafar, God damn it!
Say it! Say it!
It's the worst part of listening to the podcast, knowing you already recorded it, and I can't text you live and be like,
Mustafar.
This is the guy who had number whatever. He was a Red Wing.
That does not stop me, dog. That does not stop me.
Oh man.
All right, so here, let's do this. I'm kind of going out of order a little bit, but
Captain Hindsight.
I would like to get from everyone in this group, including the two of us, what is your favorite, your single favorite SwordCast memory or SwordCast moment? So let's start with you, Eric.
Hey man, just being here watching y'all burn y'all's faces off, bro. Like that was
gonna be
amazing,
mine, so I got to think of another one now.
That was a good time, man. I mean, well, for me, it's like being a part of it and answering the questions and watching y'all try to soldier through it.
By the way, Eric did the challenge on his own, and he bodied it. He did it way better than us. I still have the footage. I'm still editing it. I went and moved to a different house during the editing process, but I will get that out so you can post it on your podcast also. But
I just want my law to go into effect. Post haste, bro. I just want my rule to go into effect.
All right. Alex, what do you got? Your favorite SwordCast moment?
I forget which episode it was, but I think there was a few episodes before where it was when you guys were shooting like on video, like in separate houses, and Noel was sitting in this chair, and the chair was it was dicey for a few episodes, and then eventually when he went, and I'm sorry, I just kept on pulling it back and pulling it back.
Yes, bro. When Noveliss fell out of his chair, that shit was funny. And I think that was the name of the episode. I think it's like Noveliss falls out of his chair.
Oh man, yeah, that was hilarious.
All right, Josh, what about you?
So it was a beautiful mess and deserved to get all the panning it did, but I love Cyberpunk 2077 so much, the fucked up disaster piece that it is, but your takedown of it was so hilarious. It's constantly deploying the Jurassic Park bucket whistle, and it was hilarious.
Yo, that original tweet that I got that music from, where they had like this. I know I showed it to Edmund. I know I showed it to Jared or to Noveliss. My bad, government. Where they showed like the before and after of like that tweet had me dying, bro. I was laughing at that shit for like weeks at a time, bro. So funny.
Anytime I come up against anything janky, dog, like
it's crazy because that sound is literally whenever something happens that's not what it was supposed to be or something, that sound enters it. Like, so my son's basketball team had a tournament. This literally just happened. Had a tournament on Saturday, and we were playing this team, and this kid on the other team came down, and he was trying to ISO against one of my kids, and he would not pass the ball. Like he was, and I was yelling at the ref, like, yo, like 5 seconds, like he's not getting, no separation from the defender. And he just kept doing it, and then he lost the ball out of bounds, and that sound just came into my head. And I started just dying laughing, and I know I was looking like, they were probably like, is he laughing because the kid lost the ball?
Yes, and if you could hear the song playing in my head, you'd be laughing too.
You would also be laughing.
Edmund, what do you got? What's your favorite SwordCast moment?
I've been trying to rack my brain. I mean, obviously, I enjoyed being a guest on there. I enjoyed crying. from the hot challenge.
Lord.
I even was almost gonna say the last couple of times you guys played the Jurassic Park theme. So I'm gonna go ahead and just pick one of the more random what the fuck moments of when your cat decided to take a shit. Because poop is funny sometimes. And yeah. Cloud was always getting all the love on the show. The cat was like, you know what? It's my time to shine. Fuck y'all show.
Yeah. Cat definitely pooped on the floor. That happened. Somebody posted that in the Discord recently.
Yep.
Yeah, it was like a protest shit because I'm not sure like what he wanted, but like he was like meowing and like trying to get my attention for the longest, and he was like, all right, fine, fuck it. You want to play games? All right, I got something for you. And then he turned around and pooped on the floor. I was like, all right, bro. Like, okay, you got my attention. You pooped. Fucking bastard. Love that cat. Shout out to Puma. Lo, what do you got?
So I'm gonna bring it back. Sorry, Novelist. When you fell out your chair, I'm not gonna lie. I just felt like we were close. I'm clumsy as fuck. And seeing someone like Noveliss, tsunamis, nigga doing martial arts in his 30s, and I can barely bend because my knee's trash. Fall out of a chair, and I do that every week. I just felt like we were real close.
Well, I'm extremely clumsy. Like that's like one of my. If I was a superhero, that would be my weakness. I do a lot of weird, clumsy things all the time. Literally, just this morning, I got up at 7 to go train, and I was getting coffee, and I literally brewed the coffee without putting the thing under it.
We've all been there.
Definitely did that a few times.
Yeah.
Gearless Joe, what do you got?
Oh man, so it's between two, but I'm gonna go with Chris Benoit.
Oh my
God.
Yes, my nigga. Yes, bro.
That was pretty much like my introduction to the SwordCast. And
before you finish, like this is also mine.
the way, just the dramatic pause of, can we talk about that? Like, yeah, why not?
Hero was so Hero. That's the shit. Hero was so dead ass. Like the nigga murdered his family.
Jesus.
Exactly. Fuck is there to talk about?
I don't know. I was just casually talking, man. It just completely went over.
Oh, that was a good one.
Joe, like, can we talk about that? Yeah, why?
Just looking at you. Why?
Yo, and then Hero hit the sound effect after. He was like, I mean.
That reminded me. I don't remember what this was. A very, very early episode where I could see. I used to cheat. This is behind the scenes as well. I used to be able to cheat and edit some of the sound effects in post production. So there was this one episode where like I forget what I was talking about, but I like said something that made me sound like an asshole. And so there was like this pause, and I was like, I'm trashing, and there was this huge explosion afterwards. I don't remember what happened.
I remember that.
But that one was
trash.
I remember that one.
Yeah, the trigger explosion.
Right. I'm trash. All right, Aaron, what do you got?
I also have to go with the original first appearance of the shitty Jurassic Park music.
Oh my god.
That was such a perfect build. But I feel like you accidentally tripped it earlier in the episode out of the planned moment. And so like I feel like there was even a like shitty Jurassic Park music moment with the shitty Jurassic Park music. But maybe I'm just making that up. But
no, that happens all the time.
That happened.
That was marvelous of just like, and it's great. And I too have that in my head now. Like when shit goes wrong and I'm looking at it, and it's just like, all right, and the drop from the SwordCast plays.
Yeah. All right, Sly, you're up.
I've been stuck between two. I love when y'all get activated and actually show how knowledgeable y'all are, because y'all both intellectual individuals, especially here you talk about how your dad and all the things you learned from him. There was a one time when y'all was actually getting on niggas. You was actually explaining why you love Assassin's Creed, but how they be trying to how you talk about white Jesus or whatever, they was like, Jesus is black. That shit had me rolling. And then when y'all do y'all Vince McMahon rants, bro, when y'all do those shits, I think my favorite was when I was like, hey, it's like, pick 3 rap albums. I don't mean 3 different flavors of sauce either. That shit had me, bro. Like I was just, y'all got it, bro. Y'all know script shit is the best, but yeah, it's really between those two, man. The activated shit be funny.
So I'll go right quick, Knob, and then you go. But my favorite, this isn't one moment, but probably my favorite episode was when I had to, when I was sort of self-conscious because Noveliss never swears and I swear all the time. So then I took it upon myself to edit out every single cuss word for an entire episode.
I want that brought back.
I know that was a ton of work, but that was like one of the funniest things ever.
There was one part where I was describing, like, I think I was talking about the Pistons or something, and it was just like nonstop fucking beep, 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 beep. That shit was hilarious. Love it. What about you, bro?
I hate to say it, but my Chris Benoit one too. It was because it was so natural. It was like so not planned of a moment, and it was just hilarious. And also, do you remember that one when I was like sick and I had that crazy cough, and then
yeah, which one?
And then
it was not okay for like a month.
I tried to talk and my voice just sounded crazy. That was hilarious.
All right, Stu, guys.
You remember what I'm talking about?
Yes, dog.
That was hilarious. Man.
See, Edmund and I are fans of the Dan Le Batard podcast. So like that, there's a character on that show who always has a problem with like he's got phlegm in his throat all the time, and you definitely reminded me of him for that.
That was a little bit more Greg Cody during that strike.
Yeah,
so. That was hilarious. Yeah, man. I love reminiscing. This has actually been a lot funnier than I thought it was going to be. But I'm assuming that everyone has in some way or form either read about the live action Cowboy Bebop or seen it or seen an episode or two. Obviously we all know it got canned after one season. I just want to know if you have seen it, like what are your thoughts on it and how do you feel about it getting canceled?
I've only seen I think 1 and 2 at this point. So much of it works, but it's also that you're an anime
hold up.
What the fuck's that?
Why? What the fuck is going on, bro?
Yeah, y'all got business. So you let the nigga answer the question, man.
Sorry, my bad, Eric. Go ahead.
No, but it's just like, anime fans, it's kind of like no way to satiate them in any way, shape, or form, bro. It's like if it's not exactly as it was in the cartoon, then it's not right. If it is exactly as it was in the cartoon, it's not right. It's like, this is kind of like a class in trying to please everybody and not being able to, because it's like you said this is what you want, and then you get a person acting like a cartoon character in Ed, and you don't like it, and it's like, whatever, dog. It's kind of whatever. Like I think it was a huge swing anyway, and I appreciate what they were able to do with it. The kind of like combining episodes, and that we get Faye in episode 1. We get the "you trust your eyes too much" Asimov moment. Like there's a lot there that's like, you're not going to be able to really, really do that, but they really did it, and people got what they want and then discovered it wasn't what they wanted. It's like, all right, well then what can we do?
I'm gonna just say this real quick, get my quick take off, and I'm gonna leave space to everyone else. I've talked about this a lot, but I'll just say that I had problems with. Everything didn't work for me. There were some things that didn't land at all. There were some things that I thought were fantastic, but I'll just summarize it by saying that think what you want about this show. It was way, way better than it had any right to be. And I, despite having my issues with it, I would have loved to see it come back for a second season. So.
I agree with you, man. And I'm somebody who is like a diehard fan of the anime. And I wasn't crazy about the live action show, but that doesn't mean I talked to you about it. Like, it doesn't mean that I thought it was bad. My criticisms are like strictly rooted in like the fighting style of Spike. You know what I'm saying? Like that was it. I thought everything else was fine. I thought they did like you said. I think it was better than it had any right to be. Like for something like that show to be brought into live action, like I can't really imagine how else they would have done it. You know what I mean? So, but like I said, my criticisms lie strictly in the fighting. You know how I am. So that was it. Other than that, I didn't think it was terrible.
Other takes, what we got?
I haven't even seen it, so it don't even matter to me.
Okay.
I don't know.
I have not seen it. I do have one take, which is that I feel like American media franchises need to think more like British media franchises. And like the classic BBC thing is every series rather than season, because of course, right, linguistic differences. It kind of like on Doctor Who, they make an effort to wrap it up at the end of the series in some way or another, even if they're keeping the Doctor to the next series. And like the American media mentality seems to be build it with an inherent cliffhanger so that they want to renew us for another season, and then they don't. And you leave the audience pissed off because there's like unresolved plot.
Finished, yeah.
That said, like I don't know, every time it just intergalactic feng shui, or is that Outlaw Star?
No, that's Cowboy Bebop.
That's Cowboy Bebop, right? They have to like go because the gravestone floats through the right spot.
Wait. That's Boogie Woogie Feng Shui, I think.
Boogie Woogie Feng Shui.
But I feel like Outlaw Star has a
like I just every time one gets into discussion of like, well, did they do it like the show or not? Like episodes like that kind of break a feel that are very clearly part of a storyline and are about character advancement and stuff, but are also like, that's just kind of a weird out there episode. All right, let's go to the next one.
Yeah, and that's kind of like like I said, I love Cowboy Bebop. Like it's one of my favorite anime of all time. But like if we're being completely honest, like let's not act like the entire like 20 however many episodes are like all classics, because Cowboy Bebop has it's got about six or seven episodes that are like part of a real underlining plot that are very, very good, but there's also some nonsense in there, man. Like there's an episode just talking about I don't know, were you?
No, I was just saying. So I literally just had this exact same take. Just like
we were talking on Zoom. Yeah, Hero, we were talking on Zoom about it. We were talking about it last night. Was that last night?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead. No, my bad.
Sorry.
It's facts though. Like, you know, there's episodes about some food that got left in the fridge for a long time. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like I just think when people, I hate when fans do this thing where they like internet bully a show out of existence. And it's like, I feel like that's kind of what happened. And then when they do that, I just think that they're not looking at something in the way that it actually was. Like they're looking at it like, I mean, this is 24 episodes of the greatest anime of all time. Like they didn't do any of it. And it's like, okay, so if they would have did an episode like one of the sillier episodes, like you would have hated it. You know what I'm saying? So what are you really talking about?
And let's not act like we all understood what the hell Cowboy Bebop was about when we first saw it. Like you got to do some living. You got to like really do some living. You got to do some
100%.
living, bro. Like to really get everything. Like the CU Space Cowboy, bro. Or no, you're gonna carry that. You're gonna carry that weight.
Yep.
Fam, I read that black screen and just break down because it's like I have carried that weight now, bro. Like whatever.
Yeah, it's a show.
Y'all don't know what the hell
you-
y'all talking about.
Right.
Half the
I agree,
time.
man. I agree 100%.
That's actually a reason why a lot of young people who are just now discovering Cowboy Bebop don't get it. They don't like it as much as because they don't like. There's some like that noir emotional content that's like inaccessible to you after you've like had some pain and lived through some trauma. Like
Absolutely,
then it becomes
man.
real. Alex, I wanted to. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I just wanted to get your take. You keep looking like you want to say something, Alex. I want to make sure you got space to speak your piece.
I appreciate it. I was just going to say that I've watched 6 or 7 episodes, I think, but I actually haven't seen the anime.
Okay.
So I don't know if there's many people who haven't seen the anime and just watched the show. So, but I've enjoyed it, to be honest. I think that it's interesting when you've got something that's a fan favorite. You always run the risk of people not wanting it to be what it was already. But surely the whole point of doing a live action means that it should be a little bit different, right, from the anime. Otherwise, you would just have the anime. So I don't really get the complaint, to be honest, of this isn't the exact thing I've already seen, so I don't like it. Why don't you just watch the anime? But I thought that so I've seen it been
100%.
Point. That's a good point.
That's a good point. And also, like, and if I were to sit here, like, if I didn't see the anime and I just watched the show, like, I would have liked it. You know what I mean? So totally. But yeah, like you guys are just saying, man, like this show, as far as how you guys are saying, like, it's a show you don't really get unless you've really been through some things, you know what I'm saying? And you're kind of at a certain point in your life where you'll start understanding some of the themes of the show. And like you said, the little messages on the black screen will kind of resonate with you more. And like, that's how I look at the show too, man. Like, I always look at Spike like he was kind of this guy who just thought he had all these gifts and that he had like a higher purpose of some kind. And then he kind of realized that he didn't. And then he's just kind of like, whatever, life, you know? But yeah, man, I think the show wasn't as bad as some people are saying. Anime is a classic. So,
yeah.
One thing I'll say before we move on, and whoever was about to say something, I'll let you speak. From a music standpoint, though, the Queen Mother was flexing, bro. My favorite part of maybe the entire series was the beginnings of each episode in the Netflix specifically, where Yoko would do this thing where there was like ambient music that it was almost like a DJ drop, bro, where she would have this ambient soundtrack in the background that would be sort of different than the tank theme. And then she'll just like find a way to drop that shit like seamlessly right into the intro. And I was seriously, it was almost like watching somebody get crossed over and dunked on. Like, that's the kind of like, I was that kind of electrified every time she did that shit. I was like, oh my gosh, she's the queen, bro. Queen Mother. Yoko Kanno, let's go. Who did I interrupt? My bad.
I was just gonna say, anybody who needs like a study guide for Bebop, check out Eye Patch Wolf on YouTube. He does a really good breakdown of the anime and the meaning, the heavy meaning behind it.
Eye Patch Wolf, you said?
Eye Patch Wolf. He's I think he's Irish, dude. He just like breaks down a lot of stuff. He's really good.
Or post that in the Discord if you get a chance, please.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was going to say that.
Go ahead, Lo.
I haven't seen it yet, but my issue with Netflix's decision altogether is that they've kept shows that have done worse in their first week and gave them second seasons. So that was my issue with the whole Cowboy Bebop decision. I was going to give it a look again after I move. I'm trying not to commit to anything that I have to binge right now. We literally move Wednesday. So, but yeah, that was my issue with Netflix. I just felt like it was too soon to make that decision.
I agree.
Yeah.
Star Trek The Next Generation would have been canceled after the first season nowadays.
That's true. First season was bad. Most Star Treks have bad first seasons.
It's just the internet, internet fans. bullying stuff off the air, man. Whatever. But hey, man, I sent you that you can only pick 3. Let's run that.
All right, give me just 1 second.
All right. So while he's doing that, has anybody seen Hawkeye? Anybody watched Hawkeye yet?
Oh yeah.
Hey, Josh, what do you think? What do you think of Hawkeye? How do you like it so far? Was it 4 episodes in, right?
Yeah. I love it. I mean, it combines action and Christmas, which, as a longtime fan of Die Hard and Lethal Weapon, like, that's my jam. I love action stuff that takes place during Christmas. I also think it's probably the most successful comedy out of the Marvel shows so far, outside of like some WandaVision. Like, the humor is
it's
really
legit. It's legit funny moments in the show. I don't know if you are a big comic book guy, but this but the show is it's really close to the Matt Fraction comic book. It's like very spot on to the book too. So
yeah, I mean, I'm a massive comic book fan, but that is one of the few that I haven't read. That's like on my list to pick up.
Yeah, you gotta check it out, man. Especially if you enjoy the show. Edmund, what do you think of the Hawkeye show?
No, I've definitely been enjoying it. I had relatively lower expectations because, not that I don't like Hawkeye, I don't really care for Jeremy Renner. And I don't think he necessarily does that much for the role in all the other movies. However, I've actually been starting to like his Hawkeye through this series. So it's serving, I'm feeling like it's definitely serving the purpose of a little bit more so than some of the other MCU series of like actually getting you kind of more invested in these characters. Like I feel like for various reasons, a lot of people were at least somewhat interested in WandaVision, the characters individually to some extent. And it just gave you more space to really build the world out. Enough people, I think, really like Winter Soldier or Falcon to some extent. Everybody loved Loki. So this one, it was like, all right, this is a solid rehabilitation series, and I think it's been successful in that. Plus, the action's been kind of cool. Especially the last 2 episodes. I'm enjoying the world building that they're starting to get to say, hey, we're bringing in some new characters, possibly.
Street level heroes,
street level
villains.
Hey, bro, bring in some overdogs, bro.
What's X-Men? I don't care how we get there, dog. At this point, I don't care how we get there.
Silver Surfer. Right, bro. Silver Surfer.
Who is that surfing in the sky? He's so silver. Don't care.
Where's Adam Warlock? Bro, Adam Warlock, Dark Phoenix only. Give me all the sweet alpha or low mega level threats only, bro.
Walking around New York City, huh?